Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is I, Althea Hurst, and of course I'm here to talk to you guys about everything real estate. Whether you're buying a house, selling a home, or if you're a realtor looking to increase your business, I'm your girl. I'm licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and I'm with All Our Real Estate. And today I have a video for my home buyers, and I want to talk to you guys about sellers paying closing costs. I think the biggest question here is, are sellers obligated to pay your closing costs? And I want to tell you right now, come close. The answer is no. Got me? No is a complete sentence. I feel like I can end the video right here, okay? But I'm not, because I'm going to explain to you why. But the answer is no. Sellers are not obligated to pay your closing costs. And I know as first-time homeowners, a lot of you all come into the space like, hey, I'm a first-time homeowner. I want the seller to pay all my closing costs. I want to get down payment assistance. I want to get grants. And I want to purchase a property for as little as money as possible. Realistically, that's not feasible, okay? Now, number one, it really depends upon what type of market you are shopping in, all right? So depend upon your realtor to make sure that they educate you on the market that you're shopping in, because if you're in a seller's market, the probability of you getting a seller to pay all of your closing costs may be extremely low, because there are going to be other offers you're competing against that are not asking for closing costs, okay? But if you're in a buyer's market, meaning that the buyers are having a little bit of a tougher time to sell their home and that the market is in the favor of the buyer, then yes, you may be able to go ahead and snatch you up some closing costs and everyone will be happy. The buyer will be happy, the seller will be happy, okay? Now, here's the thing. Sellers are not obligated to pay closing costs because they're just not obligated to do so. But also, sellers will not pay closing costs because it depends upon what the seller needs these funds for. So when a seller pays your closing costs, keep in mind that this is money that is coming out of the seller's net proceeds. So say, for instance, the seller is selling their house and they're making $100,000 off of the sale of their home, but you're asking for $10,000 in seller help. That $10,000 is going to come off of their bottom line of $100,000. So that means once they sell their property, they essentially only make $90,000 versus the $100,000. Now, I know with me saying big numbers like that, it sounds like, well, shoot, $90,000 is still a good amount of money. However, everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody's situations are different. Most sellers are selling properties in order to purchase another home, and they need literally every dime from the sale of that first house to go to the second house. So some sellers literally don't have it in their budget to give you closing help because they need the money for themselves. And what I typically tell my buyers is, hey, put yourself in the seller's shoes. If you have multiple offers on the table and you got one person asking you for $10,000 and you have another person asking you for none, and you know you need this $10,000, which offer are you going to take? And I'm going to pause so that way you can answer that question. You're going to take the offer that's not asking you for an additional $10,000, okay? So that is one reason as to why sellers will not give up closing costs, okay? Another one is they may not need the money, but it's a seller's market and there are multiple offers on the table. And if they have 5 offers on the table, out of the 5 offers, 4 are not asking for closing costs and 1 is, guess what? When you ask for closing costs, it automatically weakens your offer, okay? So always keep that in mind when you're looking to purchase a property, that if you want to write an offer and you asking for closing costs, it's up to the seller to decide. Now, will some sellers say yes? Absolutely. I actually just ratified the contract where my buyer was able to secure $10,000 from the seller, and they're only bringing, I believe, like $1,300 to the closing table. They are winning, right? However, if I be honest with you guys, guess what? We probably viewed at minimum 45 homes and we wrote at minimum 12 contracts. 45 homes, 12 contracts. So that means they had to have a lot of patience because every offer we wrote got denied. Why? Because we were asking for closing help and we were up against other offers and their offer was put to the bottom of the list. But by the grace of God, we found that one seller who's like, hey, listen, I just need to sell. I'm not worried about the bottom line. Just get me under contract. I'll give up the $10,000 if you can meet the closing date of X, Y, and Z. We were able to meet the closing date. We met the closing date. She gave us the $10,000. A win-win for everyone. So it's possible, but if you are in a seller's market and you're asking for closing help, be sure to pack your suitcase with some patience because you're going to need it. All right, that's all I have for this video, you guys. I hope that this was really helpful for you. Be sure to follow me on all things social media at I am Althea Hurst. Subscribe below, click the link, or comment if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to answer it. Make sure you share my page with anyone looking to learn about real estate, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. See y'all.